Have you ever wondered about how it can be that so many reappearing tropes in anime are just incredibly dumb, but still somehow manage to stay around for several decades? Tropes that actively make a show or character worse, tropes that are fishing way too hard for a quick laugh, the ones that are straight up infuriating, and those that are just more questionable than others. To be fair, dumb does not automatically equal bad, because there are moments where these tropes work wonders and manage to even elevate a scene, an interaction, or the whole show. But good or not, at the end of the day, they are dumb. And to get right into, let's start things off with one dumb trope I personally hate with a burning passion. Rejected, forgotten, in shambles. The probability of winning as a childhood friend in almost every romance-themed show is as close to zero as the chances of surviving a summer anime convention with a clear nose. And although there are some exceptions to prove the rule, this is a trope so worn out that some creators just went and said, well, the childhood friend can't lose when everyone is a childhood friend. But not only is this trope a prime example of something being overused and underdeveloped, there are also multiple variations of it. First, we have the childhood friend that simply has a crush, which in 9 out of 10 times results in unrequited love. The childhood acquaintance that the main character doesn't recognize, and the childhood bypasser they simply forgot about. Most of the times this trope doesn't really do anything a show benefits from, but I guess some people might relate to it, or just like seeing heartbroken characters cry. And if I have to say childhood friend once more after this, I'm gonna cry too. So let's carry on with another trope that is just as dumb and just as popular. A staple of every harem and power shonen anime. Characters so stupid, dense and oblivious that it's either their most charming or most annoying personality trait, if not all of their personality to begin with. The success of this trope heavily depends on the type of show, cast and setting it finds itself in. Who is the idiot, the main or a side character? Does it hinder the plot or the plot from progressing? How well does it synergize with other featured tropes? All of these are valid questions when it comes to this one, and while it might be the most overused trope out of all of them, it is also the most accepted one, because finding an anime without any dumb character might be just as hard as finding a shonen protagonist that hasn't lost at least one of his parents. And I get it, it's an easy way to not have to flesh out more important characters and to create an objective and a tragic backstory for the main lead. Still, you could probably fill a whole orphanage just with shonen protagonists from the last 5 years, so can we maybe find at least some use for parents in the future? Especially shonen moms don't have it easy, that's why I wanna give some props to My Hero Academia here for making Deiku's mother only shorter and wider, and not 6 feet under. Sure, for the sake of creating an easy initial storyline, it can be overlooked sometimes, but it still would be nice to have a different take on this every once in a while. We are not going away from tropes primarily used in shonen just yet. Actually, we're going with one that is disliked by many, and that for a good reason. No matter how you twist it, the power of friendship used in the wrong way always feels like the most anticlimactic way for a character to win a fight. But here we have to differentiate, because this trope, while present in a lot of anime, is only heavily misused in few of them. There's a difference between a side character strengthening the protagonist's resolve and a half-to-death beaten character suddenly gaining physical power out of thin air, because friends. I'm deeply sorry for enraging all fairy tale fans here, but this show is just such a good example. I truly hope you 5 can forgive me. But in all honesty, this trope isn't as bad as some people make it out to be. But if it's used excessively, or feels like a character just rolled a nat 20 in bullshittery, it certainly becomes one of the dumbest ones out there. Degeneracy and obnoxiousness. For some, their way of life. For others, a daily occurrence on their most frequented Discord server. And for a few, the best themes an anime can have. But let's use this opportunity to cover more than one trope at once. Because in a video with the words dumb anime tropes in its title, there's no way we could possibly neglect the following 3. Sometimes working separately, sometimes as a group. Each single one as much hated as it's loved. The horny trinity of anime and best friends of every ecchi rom-com protagonist. Bathroom-kun, nasal dysfunction-chan, and gravity-sama. Broken bones and flustered Tsunoris included. Now, some haters might say that these scenarios are completely unnecessary, and for the most part, sure they are. But think about all the horny little weeps for a second. Don't we... don't they deserve at least some happy little accidents in their 2D animation? Well, whatever your take on these tropes might be, there's no denying that they are as dumb as a slice of bread. And with this low effort transition already fully covering this one, we might as well just jump directly to something more family friendly. And what could be more family friendly than the family getting friendly? But don't worry, because they are not related by blood. Except when they are, but that's maybe a topic for another time. Step siblings falling in love in all of its stupidity is a trope that will always get a chance from my side, because this is where all the juicy drama might be hidden. Although I must say the weird coincidence family situation works a fair amount better than the characters actually growing up together. And when it comes to the really questionable stuff, let us just be glad for a moment that some shows never got finished on screen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be grateful. And now that these last 2 segments are behind us, let's continue with a trope that is found in many different kinds of anime and that also gets a lot of shit from people, even though it's really not that big of a deal and actually completely fine.
お父さんってロリコンなんだよね。いやいや、待て待て。それは少し間違ってるな。小さい子だけじゃなくて、普通の子も好きだから、ロリコンでもあるが正しい。まあ、要するにキャラによりけりってことだな。どっちにしてもダメ人間だよね。
Beach episodes. Some call them useless and a waste of time, but I call them tradition. A time for a breather, a moment for characters to enjoy life before shit's going down again, and a reminder for us weeps that water and fresh air aren't such bad things after all, if you have people that wanna be around you. Beach episodes can feel out of place sometimes. They're often used for fan service and most anime wouldn't be any better or worse without them. But to be honest, I quite enjoy them. Your standard beach episode might not always add anything to the show itself, but it also doesn't take away from it. And if you're lucky, you even get some small character development here and there. Another big part, aside from a small break from the story, is some more time for production teams working on future episodes, or just boobs, is the cultural relevance that the beach episode embodies. Because in Japan, where a lot of people live near the coast and where a trip to the beach counts as the #1 activity to spend quality time with friends and family, this representation in anime makes them feel happy and nostalgic. All that said, in the end, it is still a dumb trope, but a harmless one. People who despise fan service, beaches, or others having fun will probably feel like they've wasted their time, and if there are some of you watching this, I wonder how you even made it to this part of the video. But since that is over now anyways, you might as well stay for the outro. Because there are 2 questions I wanna ask you guys. What is a dumb anime trope you think should have been on here, and what anime has your favorite beach episode? I'm asking for a friend. Let me know your answers and feedback down in the comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my stuff in the future, and have yourself a wonderful day. As always, I hope to see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace.